ever unfolds into its practice. We'll see what that is. So bringing your hands together at your heart as you welcome yourself to practice, take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale that breath, bow your chin, close your eyes, settle into your seat. So we've been starting with our backs against the wall, and I didn't put you there, but even just leaning back a little bit into your seat, even half an inch, half a millimeter, just leaning into the supportive energy, the unseen behind you. Just listening to the flow and the sound of your breath. And then bring on that smile, nice and slow, let it come in, and just feel how the face relaxes. Okay, well, I feel this needs to happen for somebody, so take a full breath in. Open your hands just like we end class. Breathe into your hands, catch that breath, and then keep your head bowed. And just as we end class, taking the energy and offering it to yourself. Just take it up and over your head and just let your hands separate as they come back down. And maybe just, move the hands around you a few times. Just shake up this energy around you. Good. And good. And then bringing the hands back together in front of your heart. And just feel into what, if anything, was shifted or cleared away. And we'll open practice and chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Bow your chin. Release your hands to your thighs. Bless me. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay. All right. So let's start. We're going to start lying on our sides, and I'm going to use the blanket. You could use the bolster, and so we're going to lie on our sides. So generally, when I have you guys make a blanket roll, I open the blanket this high and we make a nice little sausage, and you can totally do that. Or maybe you fold it in half and we just come in with a thicker blanket, and then we'll just roll it up. Okay, so we could do this with the block too, but the blanket is going to give us a nice feedback, and if it's no good, just slip the bolster in. Okay, so put this blanket down so it's about a third of the way down your mat. I don't know if you can see it. This puppy is right here. Okay. Pete, come here. Come over here. Get away. Okay. All right. I have my socks on too, guys. I'll just tell you that. And okay, now I'm by the wall. I have put my bolster. It's just leaning against the wall, and I might use that to rest a foot on at some point. So, but you don't have to, it's not going to make or break your practice today. So you can do everything away from the wall. But if you were set up by the wall like I am, maybe you put your bolster there, unless you're using it. As I said, you're going to take care of yourself. Okay. You might need something else for your head. I don't know. You can put it there. And then we'll come and we'll lie right into the side waist with this blanket. So I'm just going to extend it. I just put my arm up. Get so long through that side, and then we'll just start resting on the arm with the hand underneath your head. Yeah, take your time. Beautiful. That's it. Okay, and so we'll just start like this. Okay, and then so I'm on the right side. I'll put my left hand on the floor, and you see this is what I mean by the bolster. I might just use it. I could even pull it down put it between the legs if I need to. Okay, now generally when we come into this, I always say, the elbow comes forward. See if you can take it back a little bit. And then once you're settled, and you might, you'll figure out where that blanket needs to go. I feel it, like it's not very comfortable. So if you're uncomfortable, then you probably got it. And you can see I'm just rocking myself forward and back. And I'm just going to stay on the hand this way. I'm going to turn the fingers more just so I can get more wrist. Okay, so once you rock a little bit, you take your time, you find this place of, hopefully a bit of discomfort. And then I'm just going to stay settled here on the arm, drop my head so I get that wrist, release your jaw, and breathe. So I'm still, it's uncomfortable. I'm just telling you, so you're not alone. Okay, and then maybe your eyes are going to close. And just like you're in Shavasana, just let yourself sink. And as you sink, this little space between underarm and floor might start to come down to the floor. I might even walk this right arm out a little bit and see if I can take more onto the arm. Maybe the underarm might come down, it might not. So it's all fine. Okay, just be here. Nice breaths. I'm going to take 2 more breaths exactly like this. Really sinking through the waist, dropping into this blanket, even the chest. Okay, now I'll extend the arm. That's going to give me more, and the top arm can come over top as we do. And the legs can be bent if you need that, or straight. Maybe use the bolster if it's there. It's all fine though. You just push in. And once you're in this extended, if you want to rock again front to back a little bit and just like you're giving yourself or gifting yourself this massage in the side waist area. Good. Okay. And again, just be here. Nice big breaths with your eyes closing, resting in. Good. Nice. Okay. So we're going to come out and we're going to come all the way back up to sitting, because sometimes these little things can be very profound. So bend your knees and just use your hands, like slowly walk yourself up like you're just waking up, and then just sit however you want to sit. Close your eyes and just feel, if it's profound for you, if it just feels like you're maybe starting to relax and release. Good. Okay, and before we switch sides, we're just going to side bend. So that same side you were on, like I was on my right side. So the left hand is going to come down, and I'll take the right arm up and over, and you can reach, touch the wall, and drop your hip. Maybe if you want to put your hand behind your head, that's going to give you more shoulder, more chest. So probably not for everybody, but see how it goes. And then I'm actually really lengthening. So I have my hand behind the head, and then it's about lengthening through that right side. That's what's doing the work here. Okay, maybe I'll take that arm back, 1 more breath. Good. Okay, and then we're going to come out of that. Great. Okay, now take your legs. Once you come forward, just take the legs in front, move your little cute little feet, and then move both legs are coming over to the left. No, that's not right, Joe. Both legs are going to go to the right. Okay. Yes, same side. So both legs are over to the right. My left hand is coming down. I'm going to take the right arm and reach it over. And this time I might even, now I have the dog is back here. I might come down onto the left forearm and stretch it. And here I have the wall, right? The wall can be a great gift to push into. Good. Okay, now you're here, wherever your here is, I'm just rocking that top hip forward and back. So you could put your hand on the floor if you prefer, or keep it over and just find some movement. Good. Okay. Nice. And then from here, we're going to stay in this shape, but we'll bring the right forearm down by the left. I'm going to split the legs a little bit, and I have that blanket roll here, so I'll just rest my legs on top. So the left foot is in front of the right knee. We all know this one. Walk your forearms, take your little twist. You can put your hands together. They can stay on the floor. Like your hands can be an Anjali Mudra. And just turn your head away. And then we want to find length through the right side. So I'll take the right shoulder and pull it forward and press the right hip back. So the left shoulder moves back. Okay. Now you're in the shape. And if you want to just sway your ribs side to side, or just find some movement in this shape. Good. Nice. Let's take 2 more breaths, moving or in your stillness. Okay, and then walk yourself upright, and we'll just come to sit. Again, we're going to do the second side. So maybe, just sit for a moment, feel, take all that in. And it feels to me like my left side is like all crunchy and the right side is like all shiny and bright. If I maybe looked, I was wondering if I would see one shoulder higher than the other. So just kind of feel for yourself. Good. And then, okay, so I'm preparing for the second side. I'm just going to re-roll my blanket. And I'm going to turn to face you guys. But you saw how I was using the bolster. If that's interesting to you, then you can do that. And then once you have it, lie down with the left side on there. Again, it's not super comfy. And you could be on your left arm. And I'll put the hand in a place that I feel I'm getting a little bit of a wrist stretch. The right hand can be on the floor. Bring your left elbow back. And then once you're here, however you are, just start to rock side to side. You can use the right hand to drive. Maybe you want to close your eyes and just feel your breath. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's not pleasant. So those of you who've done this with me with a block, that's even more unpleasant. I mean, maybe for you it's a piece of cake, I don't know. But that's okay too, everything's different and we all feel these things differently. So I'm just gonna move down and then we're just gonna settle, stay on the upper arm. See if you can get the left, underarm to come more towards the floor. And then the legs can be bent or straight out or on your bolster if that worked for you and felt nice. Okay, and then I'm just gonna close the eyes, release yourself. It's always interesting to notice the difference in the sides. And let your breath do the work. And I'm going to take 2 more breaths, really dropping through that whole left upper arm, underarm, side of the chest. Okay, and then we'll extend the arm and let your head come down. And the right arm can come up and over if that works for you. And then again, you might close your eyes, drop in. And if you want to rock front to back, that's always an invitation. And, okay, really let go, drop in more deeply. And then maybe one more full breath in and full breath out. And then slowly find your way back upright. So you'll bend your knees, hands to the floor, and press yourself up. And then once again, just pause for a moment once you get here. And just feel. Okay, so we're going to come to the side bend. Maybe you change the cross of your legs if you're in your habitual cross. And we'll put the right hand down and take the left arm up and over. You're just stretching through your side, and maybe you've got the wall, or you take the hand behind the head. But with the hand behind the head, I'm just going to accentuate, like I'm taking it down. This is where the opening comes from. And then I can push the head back into the hand, drop the shoulder. So it's just not taking too much. It's really in the side waist, side ribs. This is happening. Good. Okay. And then gently, lovingly release yourself and just rest once you come out. Take a moment or two. Good. And then we'll take the legs and they're going to go over to the left side. So your right foot will be in front of the knee. And the right hand comes out, and then we take the left arm up and over. And again, it's about, it's really the ribs moving. So you can stay on your hand, maybe you come down onto your forearm, even if the back hip is lifting, it's all fine because it's just an invitation on, what can I move here? Gently open this. And the moving might feel great, and you might be like, no, I'm good, just to breathe and receive. So let's take one more breath. Good. And then you'll bring that hand down and we'll move to the twist. So both forearms come down, adjust what you need. Walk your forearms more over to the right. Maybe the palms come together. And then the head turns to the left. And then you're here. And again, it could be an invitation just to move, sway your chest. And I'm going to take one more step, is to take that left shoulder and bring it forward. And then press the left hip towards the floor. And in that, maybe there's some moving or some exploring. Okay, and slowly bringing yourself back up out of this, and again, closing your eyes, just sitting and however you like, just take a few moments and feel. And nice. So we're just going to take seated twist. So sitting in your, maybe let's go with your habitual cross-legged, and we'll take the left hand over and the right hand behind, and turn yourself to the right. Stay in the twist. Just turn your head now to look over your left shoulder as best as you can. You stay in the twist, open the right shoulder back, and turn your head. Smile or drop your jaw. Inhale. As you exhale, just turn your head first to center of your chest. And then inhale. And now release this twist. And again, we're just going to stop, pause here. Let's turn the palms up. Let's feel the expansiveness of you. You have everything you need, and everything you need you have. Good. Okay. And then we'll go second side. So I'm going to change the cross of the legs. No, you can sit on something. You can even sit on your blanket if you need it. And then the left hand goes behind, right hand comes across. Lengthen and exhale and find your twist. You can close your eyes if you like. Add in whatever you like. And then stay in the twist. Just turn your head to look over your right shoulder. And inhale. And exhale and release. And again, just rest in. Even start to drop your chin a little bit. Okay. All right, so from here, I'll just take a little interlude, and I'll just have you put your feet on the floor and your hands on the floor, and wherever your hands need to go, just place them there. Good. And we're just going to do some seated cat-cow. So wherever you put your hands is fine with me. And close your eyes and just feel the lift of the chest, the wings come back, your shoulders come back, and then the wings move forward as you curl in. Good. Let's do that a few times. So I'm going to turn my fingers to point towards my hips, really spread the fingers so I can get a little bit more of a wrist or anything here. Good. Okay. And then bring yourself upright. Stretch your legs out. We're going to come down onto your upper arm or forearms. These are your forearms. Yes. Okay. So just take a few moments here, and if this is no good for your shoulders, then don't do it. But if you're okay here, I'm just going to do like a little bit of shoulder flossing, just moving the shoulders front to back. Good. Okay. I'm going to spread the fingers. And then I'll rebend the feet, put the feet on the floor. So we're just going to windshield wiper. If you need to come back on your hands, that's fine. Separate your feet apart and just start to rock the knees side to side. And because, we're a little crunchier here with the shoulders, maybe you go very slow and you just feel how the shoulders start to move into this. Okay. Nice. So just do maybe 2 more. And then we'll come to center. And if you have your blanket roll handy, I'm just going to put it here for my head. If you don't have it, don't worry. Just come and lie down. Maybe the bolster's there or something's there. Just lie down on your back. Maybe you have something under your head. Maybe not. Good. Okay. And then keep the knees bent. Take your arms out, palms up, and just pause here. You can even close your eyes if you haven't done that already. Good. Nice. Take 2 more breaths. Okay, I'm going to bring both knees into the chest. And you take your hands maybe behind your thighs or on top of your shins. And we'll just rock them in and out. So your hands might even come to your kneecaps. Good. Just rock in and out a few times. Good. Okay, and I'm just going to draw these knees in as tight as they're going to go. So they don't have to even come in that tight. It's just a child's pose on your back. I might take my hands down the shins to about the mid shin and just hug them in. Drop your jaw and breathe. If your knees want to come apart, that's fine too. And feet can be flexed or relaxed. Okay, drop your shoulders. Nice. And then we'll just bring the feet back down to the floor. Take your arms out to the side and stretch your legs out, but take up some space. Just open them a little bit wide apart and then let them drop. Let's just breathe here. Nice. All right. So from here, we're going to come up to sitting, and you can roll to your side. I'm going to come up in that, I don't know, I have to think of a better name than coming out of the crypt than this. So just take your arms up, flex your feet, the legs can stay wide, and you reach up to the sky, lift your head up off your support, the belly starts to draw in immediately. And then just continue and take yourself upright. And you might just stop here or lift your arms. I'm going to do it 2 more times. I'm just going very slow. I'll bring myself all the way down and then all the way back up, like you're coming out of the crypt. So whether you're doing this or you just have come up and you're resting there, that's all good. Bless me. I was blaming this on the dog, but it is allergies season too. And so, okay, then come up. All right, we're going to take that. Yeah, good. Keep going. Do it again. And once you're up, beautiful. Okay. Once you're up, you'll take your blanket. And again, I'm just going to find that thick roll for myself. Actually, I'm going to make it thicker. So I'm going to go from the short end this time. We're super hardcore tonight. Okay. And then I have this nice blanket roll. This time I'm going to put this underneath the sacrum. So just as we do, actually, I think I'll go lengthwise. So I'll just keep it aside just so you can see. I'll come down onto my back. You can put another blanket for your head if you like. Maybe I'll put the bolster back in here just for fun. And then, so it's not that far away. Then I'll just lift the hips and I'm going to put this blanket roll on the sacrum. So it is low. It's not, sometimes when you're on the block and it's harder, then it's more important to avoid the tender vertebrae. But here you're on this blanket. What you're going to notice immediately, hopefully, is this balancing thing that comes in. So once you're on it, depending on, you decide how thick you want the roll to be, your arms can come down to the floor, the palms down for support. You can heel toe your feet a little wider. And we are going to rock side to side. So you're in control of how much you rock and how much you sway. And just feel like you're offering, your low back, your hips, this little massage. So just rocking yourself side to side. Yes, that's it. Good. So now you've got it. Feel free to close your eyes. And just rock a little bit more. Maybe you're going to add a little windshield wiper with the knees, which is going to make things more interesting because now we're taking more body parts over. So the balance might become a little bit more interesting. I'm just going to use that word. Good. Okay. And then come back up to just your center here. So that you're working on balancing on this blanket at the same time as you're releasing into it and over it. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a few moments here. There might be some discomfort. Hopefully it's not too much and you're okay. Good. All right, well, let's challenge our balance a little bit more. So I'm just going to heel toe the feet right together. And the arms can be out wide. Good. Okay, keep the left foot on the floor and just take the right knee up so that maybe the knee is over the hip. The leg doesn't need to be straight. And just pause here. Immediately adjust my head. I lift it up, tuck the chin. Okay. And now just, with your eyes closed, you can feel if you bring that knee in a little closer, the weight shifts on the blanket. And if you move that knee away a little bit, it's the cat-cow happening. So if you can take that knee away from your chest a little bit, not so much, I think if I look in the video, I can see my knee is just a little bit past my hip. I'm going to flex that foot. And then breathe here, soften through your side. I just turned my palms up just to add a little bit of, even just taking the palms up makes things more interesting. So whatever you need. One more breath. And then take that right foot down. And just to feel, we're going to take the blanket. You're just going to lift your hips and just take that blanket, just shoot it straight down. So it's right there. You just come down for a moment. You can take your knees together, the feet wide, or stretch your legs and just pause and feel, you brought the back onto the floor. It might even be like a relief. But maybe you can feel what relief and release has happened already. Okay, one more breath. And then we're coming back in. So you separate the knees, lift your hips, find your little blanket, bring it back. And then once you're here, just to readjust everything, you walk the feet out. We'll just come back to that first little side to side, rolling over the blanket. The knees maybe coming in if they want. Now it's like almost like the second time you've done it. So you might be like, oh, okay, hello, friend. I know you. Good. Okay. Then starting to bring yourself back into center. So the feet might start to walk together. Kind of feel where you are. And then once you're ready, you know what's going to happen. You're just going to lift the left leg. And the knee can stay bent. Again, once you're in it, you'll notice if you bring that knee into your chest, it grounds you differently. And when you move the knee away, it's more challenging. So wherever you need to be, the work is getting done. It's not one way better than the next, just different bus stops. Okay, let your eyes settle, your smile be there. Like you're just in the playground. Okay, melt your shoulders, last breath. And then set that foot on the floor. Okay, so before we come off, we're going to take both legs up. And you might take your hands if you need more support. They can come in right beside your blanket or hold the blanket. Wherever they go, just take both knees up when you feel ready and settled. Wobble, wobble. I'm wobbling all over. Okay, if you want more wobble, you lift your arms up in the air and you flex your feet. And then I'm going to press my belly down into the blanket, into the floor. Maybe the knees will move away from the hips a little bit. Okay, wobbling all over. Smiling. Breathe. Notice those knees want to creep into the chest because that's, woo, I almost fell. One more breath. Did I say that? Yes. Okay, and then release. And once you come out, lift your hips. Take that blanket out again. Be fully on your back. You can heel toe the feet wide, drop the knees together, and I hope you're feeling what I'm feeling. I feel very grounded in my low back. It's almost like no difference between low back, mid back. Everything's there. Okay, friends. So from here, without blanket, we're just going to bring both knees into the chest again. Just come back to this child's pose on your back. And if you want to wiggle your hips or anything, your back's going to tell you what it needs. Okay. All right. From here, hands are on the knees. I'm going to open the knees apart. And we're going to do this knee walking. So one knee moves away and the other knee hugs in. And then they switch. And they, could be wide apart. So you're just moving your knees here. Whatever you're doing is good work. Good. Okay. And then we'll just draw the knees in. And you can let your tailbone lift. Maybe you hug the knees in a lot. And maybe you stay here. Or if you're ready for a happy baby, grab hold of your feet and be there. But again, you could rock, you can move. Okay, whichever position you're in, we're going to take 3 breaths. Good. Okay. And then bring the knees back into your chest, just hug them in. We're going to do a few egg beaters or whip kicks if you're a swimmer. So take your arms down by your sides and away from the body a little bit, palms down. And we'll just start, you'll just find your little egg beater motion. Yes. That's it. So whatever you're doing, smile like you're, if you were 6, you'd be like, wow, this is so fun. And then switch. Well, we're not 6, but I hope you're having fun. Okay, do just a few more here. And if you want to switch direction again, and then we'll switch direction one more time. Good. A lot happening when we do this. All right, and then just hug your knees in. Maybe you lift your head and blow them a kiss. And then release your feet to the floor. Take your arms up and over your head. If you want to stretch your legs long, I'm going to rest them on top of my bolster here, just because it's there. Or bend your knees, whatever you want to do here. We'll just take 5 breaths. Good. Okay. One big breath in, stretch yourself out. And then we'll bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. You're going to find your little blanket roll. Maybe you need to re-roll it. And I still have it on that, the most thickest roll I can get. Okay, I'm going to take that blanket, the exact same. This time it's going to go up higher on the back. So you'll lift your hips. Hopefully that works, just to slide it under. And I'm bringing it, let's see, if I mark my waist, the top of the blanket roll is in line with my waist. So if I take the hands and just hug the waist, my thumbs are touching the top of the blanket roll. But feel free to move it up or down. Okay, again, we're coming into this rocking side to side. So take your arms out, widen your feet. Maybe it's a windshield wiper variation, or you're just rocking yourself side to side. So I am taking one knee in at a time. That's just what's happening in my little dance here. Whatever you're doing is good. Just feel you're massaging your back and you're rocking onto one side, the other. Whatever is happening, good self-care. Nice. Okay. Let's just do a few more, make it luxurious. Good. All right, and then you again bring yourself to your center and adjust what you need, because we are going to lift the legs up again. So feel that you are okay. Palms can face down. Bring your feet together, and let's start with the left leg this time. So we'll bring it in again. Okay, now because of where the blanket is, I can really drop down into it. I'm actually pressing my belly down. And I'm going to straighten this leg. Yogi's choice if you straighten it or not. I'm going to add some flexion into the foot wherever you are. Flex it. And now drop that whole left leg, left hip. Release, keep it lifted, but drop down into gravity. Okay, the more I drop it, the more my body starts to want to rock over to the left side. So sometimes, it's this imbalance, which teaches us balance. Take one more breath. And then lower the foot to the floor. And I'm going to go right to the other side. We'll take the left knee in. Maybe it goes straight. Yogi's choice. You flex your foot. And then find that whole weight of the leg into the hip, dropping into the floor, even though it might not touch. And you notice if you're compensating by draw. I just noticed for myself, the right leg is moving to the left. No. Try and keep it in the imbalance. And one more breath. Okay, I'm not going to lower it down. I'm going to bring the other leg up. So wherever you need to put your hands, and if your legs are bent, it's all good. It's happening. Take the belly down. Push in towards the floor. If your legs are straight, you flex the feet. Okay, so you can drop your shoulders a little bit. Smile. Good. Okay, now I notice myself, my legs want to creep up towards my head. I'm going to move them away. Take one more breath. I'm going to lift my arms just for challenging my balance. Maybe I'm going to lift my head too. Yogi's choice. Good. One more breath. And then release, lower down. Once you get down, legs are down, lift your hips. Take the blanket roll out and then find your Shavasana shape, whatever it is, legs bent or legs straight. Maybe they're on top of the bolster. Good. Yes. Oh my gosh, feels so good. Okay, so we're gonna come back up to sitting. I'm gonna do my little crypt lift. So whatever you like, just find your way back up. And I'm gonna do it 3 times, just because whatever works. Good. And last one. Okay. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna take this blanket roll and I'm gonna put it underneath the shoulders, like between the shoulder blades. Gonna go the same direction as we've had it. Okay, so this might be too big for some of you. You know who you are. So you'll right, like I said at the beginning, you're gonna take care of yourself. You've got everything you need, and everything you need you have. Okay, I'm gonna put this down so it's just kind of right where the ribs are. And then my head will also rest on it, even though I have it the smallest height, and you can always wiggle yourself down. Again, it might not be super comfortable. Take your arms out, you can adjust your hips, make it less, make it more. You can heel toe your feet apart, bring the knees together, just to help with the balance. And we'll just breathe here. So the thing with the blanket roll, in my experience, when it's along the spine, I feel the shoulder blades almost get this bit of, it feels a little uncomfortable. I think that's going to be the word for this class, a little uncomfortable. I'm just going to smile, release into that. So if that's what you're feeling too, then know that that is on the mark. Okay, so stay as you are. The right palm can turn down. And then we'll take the left arm. You're just going to reach up to the sky and then reach across your body and over to the right, just so the right shoulder lifts a little bit off of the floor, the blanket, and then you'll bring it on back. And it's just going to go back out. And then we'll keep that hand down. So the palm can turn down for balance or it can stay up. And then lift your right arm up and just take it across and over to the left side. It doesn't need to go all the way down. Just reach and then release it back. And we'll just do that a few times. And feel free to be creative. So if the arm wants to swing over your head and back out, or down and out, you're just moving in a very healing way with your breath and just stretching. Good. So find your dance and do maybe one more on each side. And after you finish doing both sides, then I'm just going to bring both arms up to the ceiling so that the palms are facing each other. And we'll just do our little shoulder floss thing. So you reach up higher to the sky, arms stay straight, and then you bring the straight arms, just bring them down so the shoulders kind of hug onto this blanket. Good. And then as you're doing this, know that the arms can go maybe a little bit over your head, and you can floss a few times that way. And then you can also bring them through center and towards your knees a little bit and floss that way. So just be playfully curious about your shoulders. Maybe you want to open the arms out a little bit, do a little flossing. We'll just do a few more. And if you've had enough, that's okay too. Okay, so to rest from here, I'm just going to cross the right arm over the left in this little hug we do. And then in the hug, you might sway a little bit side to side. Again, not super comfortable for me. Good. Okay, and then just hang out here for a breath or two. Just let the arms kind of drop into the chest. You can let the hands relax. And then we'll just switch sides so that the arms just change the cross. So the left arm's on top, and again, just hug yourself, rock a couple times side to side. And then when you're ready, I'll just drop it in. Okay, the release is going to feel amazing. So 2 more breaths. Again. Okay, and then to come out, you might just reach over and kind of just pick yourself up, sneak that blanket out, and lie down and take your arms out. You can stretch your legs out. Maybe they go on that bolster again if you set that. Okay, so I want to do one more. I really feel that, this great grounding here. Okay, so we're going to come back up, and maybe this time instead of coming up through the crypt, I'm going to just stay on your back, bring your knees in, but keep your hands on the floor. And we'll just swing the knees side to side a few times. And you might make it deeper if you like, by almost coming to the floor and back. Good. So just take your time on this. Good. All right, and then when you come over to one side, you can let the knees come down and just find your way up. All right. Okay, so the last one is we're going to put that blanket right underneath the chest. Again, you can use your bolster. Okay, so we'll put I'm going to use this really thick roll I did, exact same. I'll just leave it here and leave the bolster. Actually, I'm going to put my bolster down. And I'll use that for my feet. Okay, so then this is, it's interesting. You find your place. I like to tuck the girls in a little bit and just kind of worm your way over the blanket. Then you can use your hands to support your head, or if it's too much, maybe you're on your forearms. There is a magic sweet spot. It doesn't mean it's not uncomfortable. It just means, where the girls are happy, if you have girls. they find their place there. Okay. So once you're in it, wherever you are, on the forearms, on the head, I'm just going to drop in and breathe. I'm just resting my feet on top of the bolster here. It feels pretty nice. So just melting whatever you can. A little more deeply. Okay, so before we move on from here, just bringing the breath more into the back body for the next few breaths. Let's see if you can expand into this place that's receiving your breath. Okay, and then slowly lifting your head. And I'm just going to lift myself up. We'll go hands and knees for a moment. And let's just bring this blanket down a little bit. One of you asked me about digestion poses a couple weeks ago. And so here's a nice one. If you put that blanket right into your belly, and then you come back and, if you just, nobody had dinner recently, but if you did, you might stay on your forearms for a while, but you probably can drop in. So I feel this blanket, my hip bones are towards the bottom here and the upper ribs are, so it's on your creamy center. And then drop in and just take a few moments here. You're welcome to just stay and breathe. The work is getting done. But I'm going to bend. I'm going to bend my knees and then take a little bit of this windshield wiper action just to have me rock side to side, put a little bit more pressure on each side of your inner organs that are there, like this sweet massage. So just in our final few moments, and you can stay with the windshield wiper if you like that, or just rest deeply here. Okay. And then whenever you're ready, we'll come out. You just bring yourself. Maybe you want to sit for a moment or take a child's pose for a moment. You know, that just feels kind of natural. Even swaying, and we started with this side bend. So I'm now thinking about child's pose, but this moving side to side feels really sweet right now. So whatever works for you. I'm just swaying my hips side to side. Heart's doing that in a seated position. That works well too. Good. Okay. All right, now I'm going to drop in and just take 3 breaths here in child's pose. You can use your blanket to support your head if you like. Okay. And staying there for longer if you like. Or starting to make your way into Shavasana. And let's see. Okay, I'm just going to open this blanket roll and just use that for head support. And I feel like I'm going to go to legs up the wall. That's what I feel. I know we didn't put oil on our feet today. If you have your socks on, give your feet a little love. Good. Okay. And so however you set yourself up, I'm just feel like the legs up the wall, but so if you want to do that, great. Use your bolster or your blanket to support your hips. If you're coming to lie down flat, that's beautiful. And you did all this work to really ground and massage your body. So however you choose to set up, just feel the effects and the afterglow of your practice. As you invite your body to deeply settle. And if you're happy in the position you're in, stay. And if you're ready to shift into Shavasana, or to bring yourself into a lying down, then go ahead. And starting to bring your awareness back to your breath and to your body resting. And before we move on from here, just offering a mantra. As you inhale, you think, I am. And as you exhale, think deeply relaxed. I am deeply relaxed. I am deeply relaxed. I am deeply relaxed. And you're ready to start to gently journey your way out. And just starting by rolling your ankles a few times in both directions. And then you'll add the wrists. So you just circle your wrists a few times in both directions. And then reaching your arms over your head, stretching yourself. And press your belly down to the floor. And then bend your knees, feet to the floor. And roll yourself over to your side. And bringing yourself up to seated from here. And take your time. And once you get here, then just pause as you are. And maybe we'll take one hand to the heart and one to the floor. Bowing your chin. And feeling the truth of that you have everything you need. And everything you need, you have. And bringing your hands together in front of your heart. Maybe they just want to hold your heart, or they come together. Either one. As you inhale, grow tall. And as you exhale this breath, bow your chin to all that you are. And we'll seal this class with our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. And we'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. Take a full breath. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. Lift your chin and open your eyes and feed yourself with everything you have, right? Everything you have. You have everything you need. Good. And we'll offer that out with great love and honoring for each one of you. Thank you so much, friends. Namaste, guys. Yes. Sleep well. Oh. We'll see some of you tomorrow. So much love. Thank you, guys.